Michelle and I are about to go to Magic Kingdom, and it's super busy, and Genie Plus is already sold out. Here we go. As you can see, we are heading towards the ferry boat today because that is what the monorail line looks like. That would be nuts. Ferry boat will definitely be faster today. It is absolutely crowded, and I have an entire crowd of band corps students with me today. And off we go into a very crowded Magic Kingdom. If you don't believe me how crowded it is, this is the crowd behind me to get into the ferry, and we're not getting on the current ferry that's loading, which is right over here. So it's crowded today. I mean, that's them loading that last crew, and you can see that just the sea of bodies that they're dumping onto the Richard F. Irvine. I'm hoping we get the Walter E. Broggie. Our ship has come in. We have the General Joe Potter, one of my preferential ferries because it doesn't vibrate as much when you're going into the park. I'm really actually kind of glad we didn't get on the Irvine because that one shakes you like those old beds in hotels you used to drop a quarter in. You don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. Little fun fact as we're walking in, these are the Bora Bora bungalows, and the Bora bungalows are the most expensive hotel rooms on all of Disney property. And there's a whole bunch of them, and they're gorgeous. You should check out my tour of them on the channel. And here we come, onto the General Joe Potter. Michelle, this is scary. It's really packed. It's only 9:30, and like that took us a while to get onto that bus, onto that boat. That was crazy. We're packed in here. I'm trying not to shift my camera too far out, so it's like, but we're heading to Magic Kingdom, and here we go. One of my favorite views coming in on the ferry is the Disney train station and Cinderella Castle, and it's just so lovely coming in. I love that. I like the fact that the Cinderella Castle disappears the closer you get to the dock, and that's on purpose. That is 100% on purpose. They want you the magic to restart once you go through the gates. And Michelle and I are through. That line was something else. So we are heading now currently into the Magic Kingdom. There's one of my students ahead of us, he got in, but we went through the annual pass holder line because the crowds at the turnstiles were so high. We actually got in really quick, right? Yep. Yeah, that was nice. The annual pass holder line, if you have one, is great. All right, here comes my favorite part. And what could be better than seeing Cinderella's Castle with a Main Street vehicle right in front of you? By the way, there's a location in the back you can ride this, and on busy days, this is actually a fun way to get to the front of the park and have a little bit of a ride. But, Cinderella Castle, how lovely you are. Everyone say, Walt Disney World! Walt Disney World! Michelle and I and our friend John Paul are all gonna head over to Pirates, because like we always say, you can't be in Magic Kingdom and not ride Pirates. It's just the rule, that's the way it works. But the wait time is 40 minutes. Like I said, today is going to be our strategies for navigating an exceptionally busy Magic Kingdom. I still can't believe that the Genie Plus sold out at 7:15 this morning. Holy cow. One of the tips I give to people, and I'm going into it on purpose so you can see what I'm talking about, is to avoid the bottleneck points. Right here by Jungle Cruise, next to Aladdin, with Aladdin on my right, is a bottleneck point. You can kind of see it jamming up in the center here because people with strollers just stop. It's a little bit tight getting into the lightning lane for Aladdin. This spot right here just tightens up. You have to be careful with the bottleneck points. I would actually recommend going around the long way around Aladdin because sometimes this gets really bad. Oh my God, I just met Quincy from All Ears. I'm put the selfie in for proof. She was gracious and kind and friendly. She was on her way to doing a punishment for whatever's coming up soon from their channel, but I got to meet Quincy. That is so cool. This is the wait for Pirates. It says 40 minutes. I'm gonna time it. My watch currently says 10:25 since we got in the line. I'm still just stoked about meeting Quincy, but I'm telling you, this line will probably move fast at about this space. The Pirates is a very fast load, so you will constantly be moving. and the ride itself, you'll get on it probably in 40 minutes. This definitely looks like a 40-minute line. Yeah, it's been 15 minutes, and we're already at the boat sort moment where they send people down to whatever side they're gonna go. So 15 minutes, yeah, it didn't even take close to 40. The wait time's a little inflated today.
They need a bit of persuasion, mateys. Fire at will!
Pipe the lubber aloft, matey. Where be Captain Jack Sparrow and the treasure, you bilge rat?
Strike your feathers, dearie. Show 'em your flock.
Hey, send them hence to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want.
Ha ha! Fool them I did, by God. Search all you want, Captain Jack Sparrow. You'll never find the treasure.
Oh, you feel feisty one, you mean?
It's on and Gilbert and Gilbert and Zachary. Up the odds, you have. You're on and Beverly, even I can't
Raise a toast to all of my many shipmates lost at sea. Salute. Raise a me.
Drink up, me hot as your
Yeah, it was definitely a quick ride on Pirates. As the kid said as he got off the ride, it always ends in a gift shop. Well, you're not wrong, kid. But yeah, even though it did say 40, we got on in like 15. Perfect, really nice way to do that. Glad to be able to ride Pirates. Michelle is shopping for pirate gear. We're currently passing through Frontierland, and it's kind of belying the fact that it's very busy here in the park. As Michelle just pointed out, Mine Train just got the high score at 120-minute wait. So we are definitely trying to figure out what else we're going to do today. I recommended the Gaston cinnamon roll and got shot down by these two because they don't like them, which they're crazy. But anyway, we are gonna head off and try to figure out what's next. We're gonna check out Haunted Mansions for coming up there. Oh, we have Wendell from the Country Bears. Love Wendell. He's always great at interacting with guests too. So as John Paul just said, I could eat, right?
You can eat.
Yeah, let's eat. We're gonna go to Columbia Harbor House because we're at, especially on busy days, you wanna go when it's like a different time. Like most people will go at noon when they normally eat, but if you go at 11, you're gonna avoid the crowds and you'll be able to get right in and get your meal. Right across from the Haunted Mansion, which is here to my left, you will find the Columbia Harbor House. And the Columbia Harbor House is a restaurant that serves chicken fingers and fries, of course, but it also has some seafood options like fish and chips as well as fried shrimp. And it also has a sourdough bread bowl clam chowder, which is not always here. I'm hoping it's here today. Because of the circumstances of why I'm here today, I actually have these vouchers that I'm going to be using to get my meal today, so I have to order it with a human instead of doing mobile order. But if you want to see, here is your screens with all your options up top. You do have your mobile order pickup over here. And remember, in quick service restaurants, you can always request ice water. Got my meal. So my voucher, because I'm here with my band, my voucher gets me a entree and a dessert and a drink. I did add hush puppies. This is the trio platter. It's got chicken fingers, battered fish, and hush puppies. And I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite little treats that they have here. I've never had this Boston cream pie dessert, so I'll let you know how that is. And of course, I ordered ice water. I asked for one, she gave me 3. As you can see, they're very generous with the ice water. They want you to be hydrated. Make sure you do that. Also, these hush puppies are some of my favorite little snacks in the park. You get a lot of food here at Columbia Harbor House. Finished everything. Well, tried everything. I'll get to that in a second. I really like the way the fish is cooked. The white fish is nice and flaky, and the breading that they put on it, the beer batter is really good. Their chicken tenders are way less dry here at Columbia Harbor House. That's just why I like Columbia Harbor House over other places that serve the chicken tenders and fries. It also had some really good shrimp. Mine were a little bit overcooked, but I actually kind of liked it that way. It was a little bit more crunchy and a little bit more tasty. Of course, hush puppies, one of my favorite things that you can get here at Columbia Harbor House. Just slightly sweet cornbread flavor, especially on the outside, and then the inside, as my friend John Paul, who's sitting here with me, said, the sweetness goes all the way through, and you get flavor all the way through the hush puppy. And sometimes you can get hush puppies that are only sweet on the outside and then nothing on the inside, and these are definitely not that. And The last thing I'm going to talk about is this, the Boston cream pie. As you can see, it's not finished. It's way too sweet for me. Heavy kick of chocolate off the little rosette on the top, and the frosting, and then you have the Boston cream with the cake batter. I got to a point when I was eating it, I was just like, this is actually like so sweet, it kind of makes my teeth hurt. Yeah, so I'm gonna pass on the Boston cream pie, but for value of meal, Columbia Harbor House is actually a really great place to eat at. It does a great job of having a large meal, options for everybody, and not breaking the bank. Also today, it's a very busy day. So Michelle and I and our friend John Paul actually got up here, and we're up in the upper floor so that we can actually have less people. Most people don't know this floor exists, so they don't come upstairs, they stay downstairs. And so we came up here, and there's way less people, it's way less crowded, way less noisy, everything's just less. So we recommend that. Michelle and John Paul and I have decided also that we're going to go shopping, because that is, whenever I ask Michelle what we're gonna do, she says shopping. But we're just gonna go across the street to Memento Mori. So that's the next thing on our busy day today. You want to see what happens to the park as the parade goes by? That is what it looks like. I mean, that is the crowd from the parade who just stood and waited. All those people were not on rides. So if you're a ride person, the parade's a great time to do it, especially on busy days. But this is an extremely busy day, and that's what it looks like post-parade. All the people coming up here, a lot of them dumping right into the Haunted Mansion, because we were in Liberty Square watching that. I'm gonna say though that Festival of Fantasy Parade was excellent. Princesses, princes, all the face characters. Well done, Disney, well done, well done. But I wanna show you, this is what the flow stream looks like still going past me. That's the crowd going past still from the parade. So what do you do when it's crowded? You go on the things you don't go on very often, like Mark Twain.
It's been a long time since you've been on.
We haven't been on the Riverboat cruise in a long time. It's gonna be fun. We haven't done this. When there is a line to get off of Tom Sawyer Island, not just get on it, that's another way you can tell that this is a busy, busy day in Magic Kingdom. All these people are waiting to get on that boat for Tom Sawyer right there. That's a lot of people on Tom Sawyer Island at once. Here comes the mine train. This ride is a lot of fun. Nice and quiet, serene. Get some good views, especially a big thunder there in the distance. You watch, you might see some real wildlife. That's a turtle right there in the water. See it like kind of sticking its head up. One of the things they have on this Riverboat cruise that is kind of nice, all these little tableaus, and they have been updated recently to be a little bit more culturally appropriate, which I appreciate. But these are really nice to watch, kind of like come across in here. You can only see them on the Riverboat. There's the Haunted Mansion. Get a nice little shot of it that you don't really get to see from anywhere else. Thanks, Mark Twain. But that line is long and not moving all that slow, but always good to see the Haunted Mansion. And we're about to end our journey on the Mark Twain. That was a lot of fun, very relaxing. Okay, so that is a lot of people waiting for the Riverboat to come back. We walked on this because we just saw it pull up. That's a lot of people waiting. All right, we're off the Mark Twain, and we are heading our way back to Main Street, USA because, well, I'm here with my band. I'm tired. I need some caffeine. And we are also gonna head to the Emporium for Michelle. And off we go. So, one of the things I like about the hub is that they put this show on, the Magical Friendship Fair, and they send this really nice message of friendship and how everyone has like a mix of stuff. And right now they're on the Tiana scene, and it's just nice to come into the hub and hit that music. It's really nice live entertainment. One of the things I'm gonna point out is how busy Main Street is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is pretty nuts. This is pretty nuts. Here we go. Quick Starbucks tip, don't just follow the leader, pay attention. We just skipped over there's like 30 people on the other side and there's like 10 on this side and everyone's on the other side. So make sure you're paying attention. Like we're pretty much walking up to the Starbucks counter while there's like 30 people on the other side. Michelle's put in the request after we have finally achieved caffeine. Oh my goodness, that took forever. Even with us like jumping the longer line on the other side, it still took a long time. We are gonna be coming here to the Emporium. Now, if you don't know, on the one side of Main Street is one giant Disney shop called the Emporium. And we're gonna check it out now because hopefully it won't be busy right now because everyone's gonna be elsewhere in the park. It is a momentous occasion. Michelle and I have gone into the Emporium and walked out with nothing. Right?
Yep, it's because I'm here.
John Paul says it's because he's here. No, we don't know. It just worked out that we didn't find anything, and there was like, oh, that stood out. But I'm sure we'll find something.
That was my first time seeing them. Obviously, the horns killed it. So did the drums. And yeah, you should definitely check them out next time you're here.
What do you think of them as a trumpet player yourself?
I need to practice.
So we're looking at about 1:45. We're just now entering Tomorrowland for the first time today. And it's a sea of humanity. I'm telling you, this is probably the busiest day I've been to Magic Kingdom in a long, long time. Michelle and I are usually pretty good at getting here at low crowd times because we kind of know when the best times to come. This time we really didn't have a say in when we were planning our trip. We are heading over here to the right, to the whole reason I named this channel Carousel of Douglas. We're gonna go get on the Carousel of Progress and enjoy some time off our feet and in the AC. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. So here we go, onto the Carousel of Progress. There's even a crowd here, which is not a big deal. This will cycle through every 5 minutes or so. And if you don't know what the Carousel of Progress is, besides the fact that it's my favorite ride and you should ride it, the Carousel of Progress is really a look through the century of communication and technology, which is exactly what Walt Disney kind of envisioned for Epcot and other kinds of things. So I highly recommend the Carousel of Progress show. It's a great time, you have fun watching it, and it's just informative and it's got a great song, which they're singing right there. Also note that the theater doesn't move, you do.
It looks like the Robins are getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day today. What year is it? Oh, right around the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today.
Phew, boy, hottest 4th of July we've had in years. We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century, over 20-some-odd years ago. You know that pilot fella, Charles Lindbergh? He's about to fly a single-wing airplane all the way across the Atlantic. He's never going to make it. Too bad he's not reading the Help Wanted ads.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville. Well, it's another Halloween here in the fabulous 40s. Everything is better than ever now. And we've got some amazing new wonders around the house to prove it. For instance, our refrigerator holds more food and ice cubes. And thanks to our automatic dishwasher, I don't have to dry the dishes anymore after supper. Gives Rover and me more time to enjoy our evening stroll together.
Just a dream away.
Isn't it a pleasant holiday? Oh, turkey's in the oven, it's peaceful and quiet.
Yes! Everything is automated today, including that.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville.
Just a little side note. Notice his sweater?
Later, kid. Boy, that was fun.
So it says, "My food rocks." That's a reference to Kitchen Cabaret in Epcot.
Yeah. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day.
We hope you've enjoyed this tribute to the 1964 Carousel of Progress from the New York World's Fair.
So there's a reason I absolutely love that ride. It's the sense of hope, it's the song, it's the animatronics, it's everything that Walt Disney really stood for out here. So that's why I love that ride. I hope that you enjoyed those little segments I threw in there. One little thing about it is that there's a little girl in the first scene who never appears again, which always makes me laugh, like, what'd they do to the little girl? And then there's also that Mel Blanc, the voice of like Bugs Bunny and a whole bunch of other Looney Tunes cartoons, he's the voice of Uncle Orville.
No privacy at all around this place.
Yeah, that's Mel Blanc. Anyway, we're actually loving the fact that it's like not all that bright out. There's overcast all day long, and we're trying to figure out what to do next. It is mega busy. I'm just gonna show you Tomorrowland right now. That's Buzz Lightyear. I'm just gonna pan across Tomorrowland. I mean, we're gonna get into the area over there by what used to be Stitch, the Great Escape, and then here's the People Mover, and that is the People Mover line, folks. That's not Astro Orbiter bleeding over to People Mover. That's that Astro Orbiter is actually in the back there. I'll zoom in on it for you so you can see that. So everything back here is just packed. I mean, Buzz Lightyear is currently at a 70-minute wait. It's just nuts. I have never been here this time of year, and I'm gonna try to avoid this ever again. One of the things that I have been trying to do all day is get a lightning lane, like individual lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because Michelle loves it. And I'm gonna show you what I mean, like it has been gone since this morning. There's a refresh. Yeah, still nothing. Like, I'm gonna keep trying. I mean, the way that I do it, I just kind of keep tapping into it, let it refresh and see if something comes up, but there's been nothing, absolutely nothing. It's crazy. I cannot believe how long that has been sold out for, and nothing has come up as like someone canceling either. All right, lowest wait, 5 minutes at Carousel Progress and Tom Sawyer, but yeah, scrolling through, like Prince Charming's at 15. Okay, that doesn't seem so bad. 20 minutes for Mickey's Far High Magic, that's a show time. But then we're getting into Tomorrowland, 25 minutes for the People Mover, 40 minutes for the Tea Party, 40 minutes for Pirates, and we just keep going. I mean, just moving into some of our higher wait times. I mean, look at It's a Small World at 60 freaking minutes. Haunted Mansion 70, Big Thunder 90, Jungle Cruise 105, Peter Pan's Flight, which is always high, 110, 125 for Space Mountain, 140 for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Wow, wow. It hasn't been this busy here in a long time. One of Michelle's favorite things to do is to actually get this photo of the castle, and she does it right here on the side because she really likes the way that the castle looks from this angle. You get a really clear shot of it, no people in it, and so she often will come over here onto the bridge into New Fantasyland and take that picture. So if you want a good shot of the castle from the side, we recommend this one. CinderellaCastle's pretty from all angles. 100%, I'm about to do something I haven't done since I was a little kid, because Michelle doesn't like this ride at all. So I am going to be getting on Mad Tea Party with John Paul, and we're going to go and spin ourselves to death. By the way, I want to point out, as we're kind of getting our way in there, you can go as fast or as slow around as you want. You see, you have some couples that are just spinning the heck out of it, and then some couples that are just kind of like, oh, we'll just kind of let the ride do its thing. So John Paul and I are going to try to get one of these yellow ones, because the yellow ones all spin really, really fast, and we want to go as fast as possible. Oh my God, these teapots are way smaller than I remember. John Paul and I just barely got in this thing.
Two fat guys, one cup.
We're gonna try to spin this thing as fast as possible. We'll see how we do. I'm hoping Michelle catches it because she's out there hopefully filming it, but we're gonna go for this. Here we go. We weren't spinning fast at all. What are you talking about?
Nope, not at all.
Oh my God, that was so much fun. I got my arm workout in for the day.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, off to the next adventure. All right, all fun and games aside, don't stop to tie your child's shoe at the only exit to the ride, in front of the gate. Just saying. That, by the way, that wait was 6 minutes. Maybe? Yeah, it said 15, at the most 10. So if you look carefully on a busy day, you can find a very fun ride. That ride is fun. We had a great time. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm sweaty. I don't care. I had a great time doing that. I haven't been on the teacups. I'm 87. Like, that's no joke. Last time I was on the teacups, 87. I was too cool to do it when I was in high school and college, and then I met Michelle, and she never wants to ride it, and I never wanted to be that guy in a teacup taking up an entire teacup myself. So having John Paul here who was willing to do it, oh, that made my day. Thanks, John Paul. Michelle, John Paul, and I are gonna head farther into Fantasyland because we haven't really been back there yet. We're gonna actually check on the time for Under the Sea with Ariel, and hoping we can just get on it. It won't be too long of a wait. Michelle really likes that ride. Ursula used to scare her as a kid, but she loves The Little Mermaid, right? And we're gonna go check it around. You have to go, by the way, to get to it, you have to go to the right, over here to the right of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Don't go that way, you're gonna take the long way, so go this way to the right. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the way that these LED screens work, but that says 65 minutes for the wait time right now, and this ride is great, but it's not 65 minutes in line great. Michelle and I have come to Bonjour Village Gifts, as well as John Paul, who's over there on his phone. This is, best way to describe it is Beauty and the Beast themed shop, but it does have a lot of the princess materials as well as some other of the things you can't really find anywhere else, like the first thing I showed you, which is of these Vera Bradley bags. Currently the print is Beauty and the Beast themed. Michelle actually just picked up that bag. That one's running 120 bucks. It's going to have an annual pass holder discount. It's gonna take off about 24 bucks plus tax. And looking through this, nice collection of them. And only thing about here is that you can use your annual pass discount here. You can't use it at the Vera Bradley store in Disney Springs. So you should check that out. Here's a great tip for your Disney day. These are called magic shots. This magic shot in particular is new, and it's Peter Pan's shadow. You have to do it one at a time, and Peter Pan's shadow will join you in the photo when you look it up. I'll throw it in here. Such a cool shot. Got one of me, got one of Michelle, and got one of John Paul. Really exciting. But if you see a photographer out by this wall in New Fantasyland, and I'll show you where we are by spinning around. So here's Pinocchio Village House, and there is Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. It's kind of tucked back, and it's on purpose, but you need to check that spot out. This is how you know this park is busy, yet still. I know I've been saying this all day, but Michelle, what has 75-minute wait?
Barnstormer?
Barnstormer. Seriously? Are you joking? Barnstormer. One of the positives from today, despite the fact that it's busy, is that this park has been cooler today because the weather has been awesome. It has been, probably 70 at the most, and it's been overcast pretty much all day. that has made a huge difference in the enjoyment of today, despite it being busy. Because if it was hot and busy, yeah, that wouldn't be so fun. We'd probably find somewhere else to be, but we've been having a good time regardless. John Paul and I decided that we were gonna stop here at the Adventureland Cheeseburger Cart, and you can't be from Delco or in Disney World without eating off of a trash can. So yeah, every time. I have to say that the regulars that come back as the alternate spring roll, the pepperoni pizza one is probably one of the better ones. As John Paul said to me after he finished his cheeseburger, he said he likes the flavors of both of them equally and for different reasons. So I think that's a really good, it's a great snack here in Disney, and it's quick and it's easy and it's right here, right before you get in Adventureland. One of the things I was able to do today, because I have not been able to get a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to come up since this morning, I did get a Tron lightning lane. So the only lightning lane I purchased today was Tron. I got one for all three of us. It was $20 a piece for one ride. Just want to let you know, if you're gonna do a lightning lane, think about the price. I wanted to make sure John Paul got on this, because he's never been here. So I bought a lightning lane this morning. I still have not been able to get one for Seven Dwarfs. That was at 12, I think, when I first saw it, but it was gone by the time I got to it. Yeah, well, lightning lane for Tron starts shortly. We're just know that if you have a lightning lane for it, you can get on the ride up to 5 minutes early. All right, so let's go. Haha. I call this virtual queue waiters alley. All these people are waiting for their virtual queue to get called because they're probably close to being called, like their number's really close up, and they want to be the first in the virtual queue line, and I don't blame them, because the virtual queue line can still take up to an hour if you get into it late enough. All right, gonna scan in for our lightning lane. Here we go. Awesome, and we're in. Blue team, here we go. Side note also, I want to point out that this is what the virtual queue line looks like. Yeah, that's the people who got the queue, not the people who are trying to get on the ride. Those are the people who got the queue. First time on Tron, what do you think?
That was awesome.
Oh my God! Awesome. And I made him ride first row, and I'll make sure to throw our action shot in here while we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, that ride is so much fun. I mean, there's nothing about it that's bad, except for it being too short.
Yeah.
It's way too short. It's exciting.
But I wonder if it was even. I think it's actually not a bad length for what it is because of the position that you're in.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, because you're in that like forward motorcycle position.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so first time on, amazing.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. Great ride. There's a little bit of weather coming in. I don't think it's going to be anything. It's just kind of like spitting at us right now. So no one's like really heading for the hills. But we're going to go to Star Traders because John Paul wants to get his son some Star Wars stuff. And in Magic Kingdom, this is the best place to find it. So as you can see by the wet ground, it has started raining. That has not deterred us. There's my beautiful wife. There's my fantastic friend. And we're all on the way to nowhere. We have no idea where we're going. We're just walking. By the way, don't give up when it rains. Don't stop, don't stand still. Find a place to go. You might be surprised what you're able to do. So I'm gonna point out that after about 15 minutes, all that rain just kind of out of the system and everyone's back to walking again. We have some people with their umbrellas still out because it's spitting a little bit, but other than that, nothing to worry about. We're about to go to Liberty Square and we noticed that the Rainy Day Cavalcade's coming through. So they were supposed to do the Adventure Friends Cavalcade. That's probably not coming, but here comes the Rainy Day Cavalcade. It's fun. They ride one of the vehicles and you see a lot of characters. So we're gonna film that for you. Uh-oh, we don't talk about Bruno. That was fun. Short, sweet, see a lot of characters. There's Bruno. Oh wait, not supposed to talk about him. There's also Stitch and Sully and just a bunch of others. It got really dark in here all of a sudden, sorry. There we go. Now it found me. But Rainy Day Cavalcade's fun. It was probably the adventure friends that were supposed to come around and they just put them in the buses and sent them out. And that's what they'll do when it rains. John Paul, Michelle, and I have stopped at Pecos Bill's for dinner. This time we mobile ordered because we weren't using those vouchers because we only got one per day. And it's really simple. You can, right now at this time, it's not too crowded, surprisingly, because it's 5:25, 5:30, and it should be more crowded than it is, but it's not. We hit the mobile order button, chose what we want, and prepare your order. It was ready for now, which was unusual. So we'll see where it goes from there. Finished up my meal. Just give you a quick rundown, just because basically I was enjoying it with my friends and family, and I got the 2 barbacoa tacos and a chicken taco, guacamole, add some hot sauce, hit the spot. That's how this restaurant, that's the best way to describe this restaurant. Everything hits the spot. Nothing blows you away, everything hits the spot. I had a strawberry limeade slushie. I was very glad to taste that it was real lime, real strawberry, not fake anything. It was good. It hit the spot. We're probably going to figure out something to do in the next hour or so, and then we've decided that we're going to camp out for Happily Ever After because of how packed it is. We're going to get there early. The show starts at 8:30 tonight, so 7 o'clock we're probably going to camp out just so we can get a decent spot to watch the fireworks from. But we'll try to figure out what's going on for the next hour, and we'll go from there. Michelle just had her best idea of the day. What was that?
Do pirates again.
Do it again. Here we go. It says 45 minutes on the sign. It is moving exactly the same as it moved last time we were in here earlier today. My guess is not 45 minutes. All I'm gonna say is, if you're one of those people who does that, no, it's not as funny as you think it is. You actually are ticking off an entire room full of people as you bang metal against metal. As I predicted, we're through the sort in 20 minutes. 20 instead of 45. We've been sorted into the lines for the boats. 20 minutes. Another 5 at the most to get on. So 20 to 25 minutes. Wasn't 45. Don't always trust the signs, especially at night. Sometimes they inflate them. I have acquired a hat. I told my friend John Paul that if I saw one of these in large in the store when I came back again, that I would buy one. Well, thanks to Delaney, the store, the cashier, she was able to find me one, and I now own a hat, and now I'm heading to the hub to sit and chill. Well, we're here in the hub, got a nice water fountain behind me, got a nice castle in front of me, and this is the view I'm going to have for Happily Ever After, because this is where I'm deciding to camp out for the next hour and a half. We'll see you when fireworks start. Hey, look who it is. Hi, it's Mark. Mark has joined me in my new hat.
It's a nice hat.
Thank you.
Love it.
Well, we're 3 or 4 minutes away from Happily Ever After. Told you I was going to do it right before fireworks, but Mark's here. Yay!
Hey, everybody.
I'm making this with my phone real quick because I'm gonna have to do my end piece to camera when I get back to the hotel because I've got a bunch of children with me. And so we're trying to get out of the park and we're in the ferry line. This is gonna be fun.